What is going on? What is going on, guys? I am Wraith. I am back. Oh man, this has been an interesting week. So anyway, so tonight we have celebration of the Grey Knights. We got some awesome stuff going on in the next week and a half, 2 weeks for the Grey Knights. If you haven't noticed, generally almost all of my content for the past couple of days has been Grey Knight related shorts, reviews. I have some more stuff going on. Tomorrow night I plan on, well, we'll talk about tomorrow night later, but I have some other stuff planned for tomorrow night. Sunday night we're going to do a full breakout of the codex for the Grey Knights 10th edition, what's been leaked, what's been put out there by Games Workshop, so we're going to go into that with Noob Hammer as well as friend of the channel Michael Farley, a tournament player of the Grey Knights. So that will be Sunday night. Tomorrow we're going to have some more fun stuff going on. Tomorrow I'm also going to try my best to pre-order the Grey Knights, the special edition codex. I'm going to order 2 of the codexes, but I want to get 1 of the special edition codexes. And so I'm going to try to order it online. If I can't, then I'm probably going to have to go to eBay. Now, I tried... I can go to the Games Workshop store, but I would have to go by 12 o'clock tomorrow. It's really just not feasible with what's going on currently right now. So anyway, I'm going to try to order the special edition of the Grey Knights Codex tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes. Right, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I will not have to pay the big bad scalper on eBay to get the special edition version of the codex. The normal codex, I'm sure that I'm going to get it fine. I just want the special edition. I don't know why. I just want the special edition for the Grey Knights. So, but anyway, so tonight we have a unboxing. This kind of came by surprise. I remember I ordered it. It's just like perfect timing the way it came. So this is the reissue of the Castellan Garran Crowe, which came out about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks ago. 2.5, 3 years ago, 2.5, I guess 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, and it was a really cool figure at the time, but it's got some problems, and as I'm pulling him over, stuff is falling off of him. He's one of the very first like special versions of the figures for actually Warhammer in general, and this type of like setup as far as how much stuff is on here. I guess that this would probably be what is not falling off, right? His book falls off, his power pack does not stay on, so because of that his cloak doesn't stay on. The sword, the flame portion of it is too heavy, right? So we're gonna see if this reissue fixes any of these things. And I know that a couple of you are interested in possibly ordering this. Well, I think you guys are going to order this anyway, even if it didn't fix it. But I just want to see if they tightened up some of the stuff. It's really, the figure's articulation is fine. It's just a bit of the heavy fire on the sword, the power pack being loose on the back, as well as his book, which is constantly falling out the side of his waist. So hopefully that is fixed in the review. We'll be able to see it. I have not opened it up yet, so we'll see what's going on. But I really want to quickly say hi to the chat because we got a couple people in here. I apologize for being late. Had some kid family stuff going on. My wife is actually going away this weekend, which is awesome for her because she deserves it. So I'll be taking the kids this weekend and I'll be watching them. So this should be pretty fun. But either way, we got CyberRat first in here. What's going on, CyberRat? We got Mr. Actually, OP was in here first. So OP, I know that he's very interested in wondering and seeing what my assessment of this hopefully reissue updated figure of Castellan Garran Crowe is. We got CyberRat. Also, obviously, we got Primarch Loan. Thank you for jumping in. We got DG. DG is also one of our new moderators for the show. So if anybody starts getting crazy, DG will put you in jail. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I want to jump into the review. So I picked up I pre-ordered this, I would say like 2-3 months ago. I think it was from, I want to say it was from Cool Toys Club. Yeah, it was from Cool Toys Club. and I think it was 79. I'll have to check in a little bit. Actually, I can check right now before we jump over to the review. I can tell you exactly how much I paid for this version. So hold on one second. Let's see. I'm pretty positive it was Cool Toys Club that I ordered it. So let me just go to my orders and I'll be able to tell you. 1 second. Yeah, the other thing that's going on is Kaldor Dragor is not part of the Grey Knights Codex in the 10th edition, so that's kind of crazy. Did I order this? No, I don't think I did. Let's see. That was canceled, shipped. Yeah, it was Cool Toys Club. I paid $71.99 cyber for this version. So again, I'm hoping that they fix some of the issues that I talked about before, and yeah, we'll see. And so let's jump over to the review stand. Everything is set up. Let's go over and let's check it out. All right, guys. All right, cool. Let me move some stuff here. So stuff is out of the way. What do I got? I got my chair. Move this out of the way. There we go. Where's my other camera? Here it is. Let's zoom in on our monstrosity of the Imperial Knight, which is still hanging out here. What I plan on doing tomorrow is, with my wife being out, well, my wife going away on a little bit of a girls' vacation, is I'm going to attempt to do a live stream of putting all of my figures up on the wall. I know that in the Discord, or Horace, our guy in the chat, Discord, had said that he wants to count all his figures up this weekend. So again, I am very interested in, and I've been wanting to get my wall of JOYTOY figures set up. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll probably do a live stream as I'm setting this up tomorrow night. I don't think this week we're going to do a JOYTOY news because there literally is nothing. So Sunday night will just be the Grey Knights Codex updates from a couple of our friends. And yeah, tomorrow night I think we're just going to do, probably starting in the middle of or sometime during the day. I got to figure out what's going on. But I want to do a live stream from my room setting up all of the JOYTOY figures. And then, yeah, and then maybe tomorrow night we'll jump into some Space Marine 2 or Battle Sector. Probably Space Marine 2. So, all right. So let's see. I'm probably going to see if I can get a custom Purifier's banner. Ooh, that's actually really cool. That is actually very cool. So anyway, so here we go. So we got Castellan Garran Crowe in his box, right? So this was the exact same release that we had. Let me try to lower the lights here because it's a little bit dark. There's a little bit glaring light on the box here. So let me see if I can change this a little bit. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. So again, so this is the exact same box. I'm hoping they changed some stuff, and this was just not stock that was lying around. They did say it was a reissue, so I'm hoping with this that they made some changes to the figure. So again, this is actually quite a large box for the this type of a figure. It's a standard here. I mean, here's the actual figure, right? And this is a really big box for this. Granted, he comes with a bunch of stuff, but yeah, at the time that this was released, we don't see figures nowadays coming with this size box. I will say though, I'm very tempted. I know I was talking to OP about selling this version of him to him. But man, because they have not come out with any Purifier helmets. I am very, very tempted just to keep him and use his Purifier helmet for one of my extra Grey Knights and make him a Purifier. So I have a couple with the incinerators, so maybe that's what I'll do. We'll see. We will see what's going on. But yeah, so here's the back of the box. Again, we know everything that's coming, nothing extra with him. So let's break this open and see. And I'm going to mention this because I mention this every time. I am very thankful and grateful that JOYTOY does not do the McFarlane thing of having a million twist ties on their figures. So I have to do like 5 minutes of trying to untie the character from the actual packaging. So, and again, it looks, I mean, it's identical to the release before. I'm really, really hoping that this power pack is these, I could see it right now. It looks a little bit thicker, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get some changes on this figure for the better. And we're just talking about minor stuff. All they had to do was just tighten up a couple of quick things, and then that's really about it. So, I'm doing more Chaos Gate videos. Yeah, dude. Dude, that's such a great... One of my... I would say probably... It's definitely in my top 5 of games of all time. Video games of all time. And I'm old. And I played a lot of video games. I used to be a GameStop manager. So I had access to lots and lots of games. But it's definitely... I would say it's in my top 5, if not top 3 of all time games. I played the Chaos Gate Demon Hunters game, and if you guys have not played it, I would highly recommend playing it. I've played it for about 900 plus hours on Steam. So, alright. I mean, comparing it to the first release, and we'll do a full comparison between them. Yeah, the biggest question for me is the back. Now they look identical, but we're going to see, hopefully this power pack is a little bit more, the pegs on the power pack are a little bit thicker. That's what I'm hoping. Either that or the other pieces. Oh, this looks like it's going to be a little bit more snug. This is actually pretty hard to get in here. Maybe they're already fixing, because this book always pops off. So, wow, this peg... This is, you can easily tell this is one of the like early releases of JOYTOY figures, because now this stuff like fits in with no problem. Oh man, I can already tell like this is probably going to be all the same issues from the first release that we had. And again, if you could see that peg, let me look in the camera. Yeah, the peg. It's weird. Yeah, this book, it's going to be the same issue. So right off the bat, we're seeing the same issues from the first release. So, sucks. They're not using the V2 body now. This is just a re-release of essentially the exact same figure. This is the version from a couple of years ago that I have. I bought this right when it was first released, and this is the re-release of this. So. And again, nothing, it doesn't seem like anything has been fixed. The other big thing is the sword. I can already tell this is the exact same sword, and the weight on the fire effect. Because the fire effect is cool. It definitely is cool, but the problem is it's heavy as hell. And his hands and arm are not strong enough to hold it up. So we got a problem with that, and let's see, let me pull all of his hands out. I can dump this plastic. Alrighty. So that is that. So let's see what we got. Let me bring the camera a little bit closer too. Alright, so I'm a little bit disappointed. Joints and everything feel identical to the other Crow, right? If not, it feels a little bit tighter on some of the joints. And again, this book is just popping right off. I think it has to do with the peg hole just not being deep enough for this peg. So maybe I'll just take something and dig it out, because I think that that's what the problem with it is. And then he has his wrist-mounted bolter on here. This is identical to what he had on his original release. And yeah, what I will do is, if I do keep him, I'm gonna throw his unhelmeted head. Sacrilege, I mean, right? Like every time I'm always talking about helmeted head on my figures, but if I'm gonna have a second Crow and I don't sell it to OP, then I'll throw the other head on here. But this is really gonna be the big thing, because I'm not gonna want two figures with the same loose power pack issue. Oh wow. Well, hold on a second. Let's try the cloak. It feels tighter, but that might just be because this is the first time it's been it's put in there. So yeah, I can make a bunch of jokes right now, but yeah. So let's see. Hopefully we get something. Hopefully we get something. So this is going to go on like this. All right. And then we have the new power pack. And what was this? Oh, the corner of this came off. That's a first. Never had that happen before. So his banner, it's not a big deal. It pops right back on. His banner, this is actually really heavy. Not really heavy, but heavier for these type of figures. I think. Oh yeah. Let's see. It's a little bit loose. I will say. Oh, I'm actually using the wrong power pack. Holy crap. This is the old one. Maybe. It feels tighter with the older one on here. Oh man. Okay. It's very odd. It feels tighter. And I'll show you what I mean. We'll get the first one in here and we'll do that shaking test. It's not so stupid that I'm doing this, but I love this figure. I love Crow, but the looseness on the power pack is such a killer. Right? This shit falls off right away. Granted, I could probably put some glue on the back there, but I'm very hesitant about gluing. I still have to glue my Primark stuff too. But this one, I guess yeah. This feels tighter. Again, I don't think that they meant to do it. I just think that, yeah, this is a tighter fit. Wow. All right. I mean, the first thing was the book wasn't as was the same problem as the original, because the books both fall off. The sword for Crow, it's the same problem. His sword is very heavy with this awesome fire effect from his black blade, right? And the sword is just absolutely great. It's actually funny in lore. He uses this sword. I know that there's gameplay footage of Crow like cutting things in half, but this is literally like a huge hammer in his hand. He just like smacks people or demons with it. Like, it's not sharp at all. It's just a dull piece of metal in his hand. That's what he uses it for, because he's controlling the demon. He doesn't use any of the demon's power or anything. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, the power pack is tighter. That's probably my biggest problem with Crow, is the power pack is just so like falling out. And again, I could fix the issue with the original release of him, right? And I'm not even going to throw the cloak in here, and we'll do the same test. It's just falling right out, dude. Like, I can't even get it on there. So it does feel like they fixed this issue. It does feel like they fixed the main problem that I have with the first release of Crow, that I have at least. And here's a question for you guys in the chat. Did you guys did you have the same problem that I had with Crow, where his power pack is super loose and constantly falling off? And in context, because you know his cloak is attached from there, that's gonna fall off as well. So yeah, so it seems like they fixed that. I think they did it by accident. I don't, unless it was just the figure that I had, and that is super loose on there. But yeah, this is great. I'm actually really happy. Articulation is the same. Maybe a little bit tighter just because it's a newer figure. Such a great looking figure, man. Again, I do wish that it was the larger buck of them, but I don't know. I still love this figure. This was the figure that I first got from... I can't believe that it's actually sitting on there. Watch me jinx myself. But the cloak is like... I'm like, how is this holding on? How is this staying on here? But the figure... let's see. So, let's get his sword in his hand. Let's check this out. So, he has a very gummy hand, which is interesting for these early releases, because we did not get this. Normally the hands are such a complete pain in the ass on the first figures to get anything in their hands. You wind up fighting with it forever. Even the release of the figures, more was it, I guess the last version 2 figures really that I did was on a review, was all of the Raven Guard figures, and those were all the power armor. And it was the same thing, like the hands on them were super pain in the ass. I had to stop the review, heat them up to get the shit in their hands. So, but this is good. Yeah. Again, the sword on the first edition was just that it was the fire effect was just too heavy for it. And again, it's going to be the same thing. Like, you're literally going to have to rest this on... Oops, let me get this on here. You're going to have to rest this on the ground, right? He's holding it right now just because it's a newer release figure and his hand has not lost that. It still has that tight elasticity to it, but over time, it's definitely going to lose it. Especially if you have him holding the sword up like this with the flame effect on it, he's 100% going to lose, and it's going to widen out that hand and it's not going to pop back in. I will say, like I said, on his... I'm going to call this the Grey Knight's Codex. He's running around with the Grey Knight's Codex on him. So his Codex does not fit on his waist, so he has the same problems as the first release figure does. Actually, let me bring this back a little bit so we can get his banner completely into picture. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I am super happy that his power pack and cloak do not fall off anymore. That was a big pain in the ass for me. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to you, OP, and see if I want to sell the old one. Because I'm thinking of just keeping him and throwing that helm on one of my other many power armor variant figures that I have of the Grey Knights as a purifier. So, any paint application is different from the original. Not that I can see. Is the Chaos Blade effect like... No, it's heavy. Like I was saying before, it's definitely a heavy portion of this. Again, like, if he's standing up... Shit, I mean, he holds it way better than the first edition. The first release. I couldn't even get this. Like, the fact that he's even holding it like this... I know this is not the best angle for you guys to see, but I can't believe that he's actually... Watch me jinx all of this. He's actually standing up and holding it. Now, again, it might just be because he's a new figure, but I remember getting this original figure out of the box, and this figure was the... Like, not... What I'm doing right now was impossible on that first release figure. So the fact that I'm doing this, it's worth it for the $71.99 price for me to pick this up. 1,000%, especially because I'm a huge Grey Knights fan. But I'm super happy that this power pack is fitting on here, because he sits in my display, and if I blow on him the wrong way, that stuff's falling all off of him, and it's super, super frustrating. So the fact that I can't believe he can actually even do this. Like, as odd as this sounds, I can't believe he's literally holding his sword with the flame effect without it drooping and falling off of him. So this right here is a home run. I'm very, very, very happy of this. So yeah, very cool. Very, very happy. So paint application wise, if we take a closer look, the swords are identical. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Hold on. Wow, this feels gummier. Wait a second. No, they're both gummy. Both of the effects. Alright, so this is the one that the one that came with the new one. This is the one that came with the old one. Oh yeah. So the old one, actually on the back side, hold on a minute here. Yeah, the only thing I can say as far as the swords, the original release has more metallic red paint on the etched in symbols on the sword, especially on the back side or one of the other sides, the more pronounced side with the symbols. But yeah, so at least now I know which one is which. So this is the original release. This is, and it might just been just a, you know, somebody going over it a little bit more deeply with the paint. As far as they're identical. Yeah. They're identical for the paint apps. Helms, everything are identical. I'm just actually super happy that the power pack is not falling off of this figure. And I don't have to glue it. I don't even have to push it in. Like, it is staying in there nice and snug. No problems whatsoever. And again, the only problem is that same peg hole on his waist just is not deep enough for his codex book to sit on his waist. That's a problem for both of them. But I can happily report that the problems from the first release figure with his power pack have been completely, I mean, at least from this release figure, they've been fixed for me. So yeah, I am happy. Let's throw the crow head in there and see what this looks like, because I never actually had this on here. The figure came with this purifier helm on, and here he is with his normal head, or his unhelmeted head rather. It sounds way better now that I'm actually saying English. But yeah, he's cool. If I do keep him, I think the other version, the first version, is going to have his unhelmeted head on, and clearly, I mean, shit. I mean, OP, you can tell me, do you want this first release figure? The problem is the power pack is just not sitting on there. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. Here it is, side by side with the first release, with the purifier helm on. Let's put this over here so I don't mix these up. And there he is. So, again, from my perspective, granted, I'm a huge Grey Knights fan, but this is a home run for me, because that was a super, that bugged me. The fact that I could not get his power pack on him consistently, and it would stay on. Like, literally, dude, like, I would, like, open up my display case and look at him the wrong way, and the shit would fall off. So, it was super pain in the ass. Super pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm definitely drop dead of getting another crow. What's up, OP? What's going on? Now that would be dope. Keep both. Have one with the helm, one without. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep them both. The second one is gonna have his unhelmeted head, and no cloak and no power pack. So they'll be really different. They'll be really different. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy. I have to say, just the fact that I can't believe that just the fact that he's holding his power pack on his back without any issues is enough to make me happy. Like, it's true. It is true. So yeah, so awesome. So very simple review tonight on this figure. And again, on the back, you can see, yes, dude, he has so many purity seals on him, on this figure. If you do not have this figure in your collection, I would highly, highly recommend grabbing him. Even though this is the smaller buck size of the figure, compared to what we've been getting, dude, I mean, the figure's great. Like, just the decorations, just the depth of detail, how much they put on this figure. You get the unhelmeted, you get the purifier helm, you get his black blade of Aether, right? You get the flame effect, you get the cloak, you get the banner on the back of his power pack. Dude, there's so much to this figure. Granted, he's probably a little bit shorter than he probably should be scale-wise compared to the other figures, but just a perfect figure for Crow, especially if you're a Grey Knight fan. And now that they've removed Kaldor Dragor, Castellan Garran Crowe is a big player with Aldrich in the Grey Knights. So unless there's more plans for Kaldor Dragor, hopefully it's something that we're gonna see. I want to see a reissue of that Kaldor Dragor figure because I'm sure I'm not alone. That figure is loose as hell. He is really, really loose on his joints. I love the figure, but I wish he was a little bit bigger. But yeah, he's I want to see a re-release on Kaldor Dragor. I think that would be awesome. So, but yeah, again, great figure. One other quick thing because this is a very, very fast review tonight. By the way, we're gonna do an unboxing next week on my second Nemesis Dread Knight. I don't really care. I've already reviewed one, but I'm still gonna do another live unboxing on him. And then I have a couple other Grey Knight figures to open up, so we'll do an unboxing on those as well. And then over the course of the next 2 weeks, we're going to see a lot more Grey Knights content coming from me because we have obviously the 10th edition Codex coming out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing live streams and we're going to review every single Grey Knight figure that I have. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to start doing that. It's kind of a celebration of the Grey Knights right now, which we've been waiting for a while. The other thing that I want to quickly show you guys is I've been meaning to do this too. Ow, this thing hurts. So this is Diablo. This is the figure that came out. I think this was by Hero Toys. I got this let me open up the camera a little bit more. But if you are looking for a demon figure for your Grey Knights in display, this is a perfect figure. He also comes with a flame effect. Let me go grab it 1 sec. Comes with a flame effect and a stupid bone, like face thing. But his flame effect goes. Actually, do I have this set up? Oh, I do. I have a little light attached, a little fishing lure light. Oh man, this is not gonna work. So here's his flame effect, which goes into his mouth. Just choke on it, bitch. But he's an awesome figure. He is probably one of the most dangerous figures that I have. He is so spiky and hard to handle. I do not let my son. Normally, I let my son play with all of my collectibles. This figure, though, he does not want to play with because he winds up hurting himself. But this is a great figure. If you could pick him up for a good price, I would definitely recommend it. This flame effect for him is great. His scale here, you can see him with Crow. If you don't have any good demon figures to use, he's perfect. He's really an awesome figure. And again, you can see from the front of him, he's got spikes all over. You can move his horns up and down. This horn here is like a semi-translucent type of material for plastic. On his back is just absolutely awesome. Again, these spikes are hard and they are really sharp. They are really sharp. So you have to worry about how you're handling it. But it's a great figure. He probably has a little bit too loose on his leg joints, because he has those joints on his toes, so he has the jointed toes that you can move his feet. So it's a bit of a problem standing him sometimes. But his leg, or his tail rather, his leg, helps him situate himself. So you can see from the top. Actually, that's a good use of the top view. Over the top view is the fact that you can see that. So that's how he's standing, right? So he's standing there with the use of his tail. And then when he's standing forward, you can't really tell that it looks weird or for anything like that. It's going to be very, very interesting when I get Angron, and we can compare him to Angron. And Angron should be coming. Shit, I think we're starting to see news. I know that Lone was saying into the Discord chat that we're going to start seeing shipping. And I think I got a shipping notice from... I think I ordered him from... Let me think. I think I got him from Cool Toys Club. So yeah, I did it. Got him from Cool Toys Club. So my Demon Primarch of Angron is going to be coming probably within like the next I would say the next 3 weeks. I would be very surprised if I don't get him in the next 3 weeks. So this is a little pre-prep for him to be coming. Also, here's my, probably not the greatest. I'd have to throw my micro lens on here, but this is my miniature of my Castellan Garran Crowe. Very cool. But yeah, he's an awesome figure. Again, Diablo, I think it's by Hero Toys. If you can pick him up for a good price, below $100, maybe even $80 or below that, he's an awesome, awesome figure. Super detailed and perfect for your Grey Knights. So if you need something for a display to fight against your Grey Knights, he is the perfect figure. He also comes with fisted hands as well as his open hands, and his mouth opens and closes. So he's an awesome, awesome figure. So, but I just want to throw a quick extra review in there for you guys, because again, we only had Crow tonight, but it turned out to be an awesome review because I'm going to keep him, and I'm very, very happy that it fixed the problems that I had with the original. So his power pack stays on nice and snug, no additional problems. Again, the only glaring problem that I'll say is, again, his 10th edition codex does not fit on his waist around the side, which again is the same problem for the first release. So that is the one thing that was not fixed. The other thing that was fixed is I feel like the weight on this effect is a little bit lighter than the original effect. But his hand seems to, this hand is a little bit more, it's not as tight. It might just be because it's a new figure, but this is a very, very tight joint. So his wrist is not flimsy. He's holding on to the sword. He can actually hold it straight out with his flame effect, which I could never get even when I pulled him out of the box the first time. And again, the biggest thing is the fact that, look at this, dude. Like I know this sounds insane and stupid, but like, you don't understand, like this would never happen. Like, I would blow on him in my display case and his power pack would fall off constantly. So I am very happy, and the price on the fixing this was worth it for me as a huge Grey Knight fan. So very, very happy that that was fixed. So all right, let's jump over to the chat and see what you guys think, and then we'll close this review up. We'll call it a night. So let's see. As I'm knocking stuff over, I have my helmets and everything there. So let's see. Alright, let me move my camera back. There we go. There we go. Well, let me put the Imperial Knight in the picture too, because I'm sure you guys do not want to just see me. Alright, there we go. Let me get the Imperial Knight. A little bit more in there. Alright, so let's take a look at the chat. Let's see. We'll start from here. Apparently next week they're going to start rolling out, same week as the new news from JOYTOY. Yeah, so I'm hoping because we're not going to do a JOYTOY news this week, Sunday nights. There's nothing. They've had nothing. So I'm really hoping next week we get some awesome news. We need to get Perturbo, right? We have to get news on him. And then maybe get some Vulcan news or Salamanders news. So that'd be awesome. Only thing I didn't like about this figure is they didn't come out as all the sets of hands as originally planned. What are you talking about? The Angron you talk about. What has Loy said your Angron will ship? So Loy said when I talked to him, because I talked to him about the Imperial Knight and Angron at the same time, he told me that Angron is going to come completely fine. There's not going to be any shipping issues whatsoever with Angron. So I am of the assumption that I'm going to get Angron within the next 3-4 weeks, if not sooner. So, yeah. Did you paint him yourself? No, I did not. Definitely did not. He came painted. If you're talking about Diablo, he came painted like that. So he's I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hold him. He's probably gonna hurt me. But this is, again, if you want a demon or something for your display, this is actually like the perfect figure for it. Even with Angron coming out, I would still recommend picking this up because you can be a greater demon as part of your World Eaters or whatever. So he's perfect. Shit, I can't even like put him in my. If I put him in my waist, he's gonna like hurt me. So he is so spiky, dude. Again, this is the one figure. Just stand there. This is the one figure that my son will not play with. Diablo. Yeah, I did not paint him, so I did not paint. Diablo just came that way, so I did not touch Diablo at all. So predictions, Wraith. So I hope with the news next week that we're going to see Perturbo is the #1 thing on my list. I want to have him before shit. When are we gonna get him? If he's announced 3, 4, maybe December, maybe a December release. What do we get? Vulcan, and then 4 months, 3 months. Because what I think a December release is decent for Turbo if we can get him. Peter Turbo, yes. For Peter Turbo, I hope that I would assume we're getting news next week that his release is coming. If we get any additional news from JOYTOY, it's either going to be more ranks of the Iron Warriors for that Legion, for the Iron Warrior Legion. What are they? The 11th Legion? I think they are. And then hopefully we start to get some news on the next release because we haven't gotten anything else for it. So I would assume the Salamanders are coming because we got that Horus Heresy trailer from Games Workshop. So I would assume we're going to start to get Horus Heresy Salamanders coming. Now, when that happens, I'm probably going to buy them all. Especially because one of my favorite colors is green. And they just look amazing. And the Alpha Legion figures just look nuts. So that would be my 2 predictions. Is that we're going to see some sort of news of Perturbo being officially released. And then hopefully we'll see Vulcan and the Salamanders. That's what I would assume. So, I'm going to make a Diablo 2 dio with that figure and a few ML other third-party. You know what's funny is I still have. I think I do. I still have some of my demon figures from the Mythic Legions. I have to look, and like they were. Now that I'm gonna have that room set up, I'm gonna set up a lot of different dios over the next couple of months. Once I get that area set up, and you guys are going to see in there, that's a huge area. I have an entire wall that's ready for all my JOYTOY figures. So I'm going to remove what's behind me, and that's going to go into that room. I'm going to put my cosplay Granite armor behind me, and that's what's going to replace that. But in that room, I have another massive review display area, like so huge, and it's enclosed as like lights and everything. It's perfect, and I just haven't been able to use it because I've been too lazy because I've been stuffing too much stuff in that room. Now that I've gotten it fully cleaned out, I think tomorrow we're gonna do a live stream, and I'm gonna start to set that up, and then you guys will be able to see it as I'm setting it up. So, bad news, gentlemen. But it's supposedly a loyalist. Vulcan was washed from the predictions. Oh, really? Interesting. Interesting. Supposedly it's a loyalist. And it's not going to be Vulcan, huh? Interesting. Who is it going to be then? Is it? I swear to God, it better not be Gilliman, a 30K version of Gilliman. If it is, that's probably the only thing that would be disheartening, right? Would be, I know that Ultramarine fans want to see a 30K version of Gilliman, but I'm just hoping that's not what we see. That would be very, very disappointing. Just a new shoot. I don't know why we yeah, man. I don't know why they wouldn't do the Salamanders and Vulcan, especially with that trailer and all the hype that's with it. The only thing that I can think of is if they don't do Vulcan and the Salamanders, it's because they want to do the Saturine Terminators, right? We'll get a Siege and we'll get a Terminator, and they just haven't made the molds for those yet. So that's probably why we wouldn't get the Salamanders and Vulcan, and we might get something else. Now, I will say, I will be okay if they release or announce the Raven Guard 30K figures. That would be awesome because we only got a very few, select few. We got their Chapter Master in 40K, and then we got a couple of the Intercessors, and that was it. So being my third, as I'm looking at the display of them, being my third favorite chapter, I would be over the moon if we get the Raven Guard chapter for Horus Heresy. So those would be my predictions. Let's see. Corvus Corex, yes, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We could get anyone from Corvax or Jagatai Khan would be awesome too. Yeah, I could see. With the Asian market and how big JOYTOY is, I could definitely see if they don't do Vulcan, Jagatai Khan. Now you're saying that Vulcan's not in the mix, so if I'm taking Vulcan out, now that you say Jagatai Khan, I could see them doing Jagatai Khan, 100%, 100%, especially because of how big the JOYTOY name and the Warhammer brand is over in Asia. Like the majority of people who are buying them at the cheaper price are the Asian fans. So Jagatai Khan will be perfect for that market. So it would give them something to look at and be like, okay, this is awesome. But Vulcan was a wash for this year. Okay. No, Lone, we do not want another Gilliman, dude. We do not want that, okay? That's something we don't want. If they go with the new edition of Horus Heresy, then that means we're going to see MK2 Crusader armor. That'd be awesome. I keep thinking Istvan since the Horus Heresy stuff in the trailer. Yeah, that's what I think too. There's a new chapter master for the Raven Guard. I saw that in 40K. So DG, are they saying it's going to be Horus Heresy or is it going to be 40K that we're going to see a Primarch of? I would assume it's going to be Horus Heresy. They got to finish out everything from Horus Heresy. That line is just killing it. Outside of well, no, wait a second, actually. So Angron is 40K. So we got Gilliman, we got the Lion, and we got Angron for 40K. And all of the other, other Primarchs that we've got have been the Horus Heresy line. So, yeah, by the way, here's another nugget. If they do something with Kaldor Dragor in 11th edition, we need a new Kaldor Dragor figure, period. Like, we need a JOYTOY brand new. I was talking to Horace in our Discord chat, and he's going to get a custom Kaldor Dragor figure from Book-G. And so I have my custom Terminator figure coming from Book-G, which I'm going to do a review on this channel once I get it. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Book-G if he'd be interested in doing an upscaled version of Castellan Garran Crowe, because he is probably, him and Kaldor Dragor are probably neck and neck with my favorite Grey Knights within 40k. So I would love to see an upgraded version, upscaled version of Castellan Garran Crowe. So we'll see. Just because of that, I'll pray even harder for the 30k Guilliman. Lone, if we get a 30k Guilliman next week, I'm gonna blame you directly for that. What's up, Brandon? What's going on? Yeah, dude. I will say, Brandon, the updated, well, it's not even an update. The re-release fixed the power pack issue that I had with him. On the right is the original figure that I had. As you can see, he does not have his power pack in his cloak because it does not stay on him. I literally pick him up and it falls off. This new release figure or re-release figure, I don't have those problems. That power pack stays on there nice and snug, and then in consort, his cloak stays on there nice and snug. So we don't have to. So that $71.99 was worth it for me because the other figure is so frustrating. So it'll probably be leaked soon, but I gotta look at Reddit for it. You are my news guy, DG. All the news. Imagine they make a Demon Corvus Corex. That would be crazy. Well, it'd be crazy because we haven't seen any official art of it, right? He would look like a gigantic crow. Demon Angron is also technically... Is he really? I mean, granted, yes, he did become 30k, but I think the release from JOYTOY marked him as 40k. I'm pretty positive of that. So, this could be either a 40k Primarch or 30k. It's interesting if we get another 40k Primarch. It'd be very interesting. 40k would be Mortarion. Mortarion would be awesome. Fulgrim or Magnus. We do not want another Magnus. I know Lone is like he's like super excited about getting a demon version of Magnus, but we got a 30k version of Magnus. We do not need a 40k version of Magnus until we finish up getting one figure for all of the Primarchs. When that happens, then we can talk. But I would love a Mortarion, a 40k Mortarion. That would probably be, out of all the Trader Primarchs, I would love to have a Mortarion figure. Absolutely love. His scythe, the huge wings, the hood over his mask. That would be an awesome figure. Not because he was the main enemy in Cascade Demon Hunter. Not because of that. But it would make an awesome display. And then we would also get all of the Death Guard figures, right? We would start to get some of those, which are some of like the craziest designs on the miniatures. And that would be awesome to see JOYTOY take a stab at that instead of just the generic same armor that we've seen for the 40k figures. They would have to go out of their way to make special, well, they'd have to make brand new molds for all of the Death Guard figures. So and for 30k loyalists is either Jagatai Khan, Corvus, or Fenris. Dude, oh my god, I think it's gonna be Jagatai Khan if we're getting a 30k, but I would love a 30k Corvus Corex. Love it, because if we get that, then we're gonna get our 30k, the rest of the 30k Raven Guard. And I've been taking a look at the pictures of the art on the, I want to say it's the Horus Heresy mobile card game or something, and some of the art for those Raven Guard Raven Guard characters looks awesome. And then looking at the miniatures, oh man, obviously I'm a sucker for black as far as like the colors and stuff like that, or shades, but I would love to have a Raven Guard. I think it's gonna be Jagatai Khan. I would bet money, if I would have to say percentage wise, I would say Jagatai Khan is probably about a 90% in my mind. Iron Hands always forgotten as always. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get Fenris. We only got a couple figures for the JOYTOY 40K release of the Iron Hands. We got Iron Father and some of the other figures, and we got a new version of the Terminator, which is pretty cool. But I don't think we're going to get Fenris. I think it's going to be Jagatai Khan, and my dream would be to get Corvus Corax and the Raven Guard in the Horus Heresy line. So I think we'll see another Demon Prince Trader Primarch before the end of the year. Interesting. Iron Hands have no head. 30k Demon Angron has its model, but it's ugly. Interesting. Angron has a different model in 30k. Yeah, he does. That's why it's my boy Morty would be awesome, dude. If they came out with a 40k Mortarion, that would be absolutely awesome. Can you imagine with those wings and that scythe and just like the deteriorated armor and the Death Guard figures that would be coming? That would be awesome. That would be another chapter that I would collect, but it would be not part of my true Primarch. So it would be part of my traders that I'm collecting. So that would be awesome. I'm praying even harder. Typhus with all his flesh would be cool. It would be. I want a Fulgrim Fenris display, yes. Or Bobby G versus Demon Fulgrim, and then I'll do Lion versus Angron. That would be cool. And flies. Yeah, he would have a flight stand, absolutely. Okay, the versus Angron Dio needs to be interchangeable with Sanguinius and Lion. I'm complicated like that, yes. So, again, just to recap, if I would have to, because we're not going to do any news this week. We're not going to do news on Sunday. We're going to do the Codex with Noobhammer and Michael Farley. So, if I was going to guess what's going to be the big news for next week, I would say if it's a 30k figure, it's going to be, it's definitely, if it's not, well, I think we're going to get Perturbo, right? It's a given we're getting Perturbo. But if it's going to be a non-trader Primarch, I think we're going to see the 30k version of the White Scars, excuse me, and the 30k obviously version of Jagatai Khan. I think that fits perfectly in with the main fan base of what JOYTOY is currently, right? I think having him as part of the, like, for the Asian fans, that would be awesome. My wish would be that we got Corvus Corax and we get the Raven Guard for 30k. If you're saying for 40k, if it's a Demon Primarch, right, because we got Angron and we got Lion and we got Gilliman, so we need another Demon Primarch to match up and have a 2v2. I would love to see Mortarion. I don't think it's going to be Fenris, as I don't think he's going to be a 30k release. Not yet, at least. Yeah, I think that's probably the route we're going to go. It's either going to be Jagatai Khan or long shot 40k Primarch would be Mortarion. My favorite one for 30k would be Corvus Corax and the Raven Guard. So, all right, guys. That is it. I'm going to call it there. What is it? A little after midnight. I was going to jump on and do Space Marine 2, but I think I'm going to fall asleep. Yeah, I have a long day tomorrow, so we're going to end it there. Tomorrow, we're probably going to do two things. We're going to do me setting up a live stream as I set up all of my figures on my massive display, so I'll do that live. It's probably going to take a couple of live streams to do that, but I'll set that up. We're going to play some Space Marine 2 or Battle Sector tomorrow night, and then I might, if I decide in the morning to drive to the Games Workshop store in Connecticut, which is about 50-60 miles from me, I will live stream as I get to there and I walk into the store. Because if I go there, I'm obviously going to bring my Interceptor helm, right? Gotta have that, right? And then I'll pre-purchase the special edition in person and 2 of the normal versions, as well as the dice and the data cards. I'm a sucker. I want to buy it all. So if I do go in person tomorrow, you'll see me streaming very, very early as I'm driving there to get there by 12 o'clock when they open. If I'm lucky enough to order it from and beat out all the scalpers online, then that's what I'm gonna do, or I'll order it from eBay. So we'll see. But yeah. So hopefully you guys had fun tonight. Again, I'm actually over the moon because this is something that has bugged me in my display for my Grey Knights figures. I have them separated between the Terminator armor and the power armor, standard power armor, and the fact that he is not falling apart anymore was worth the money. So if I'm gonna do a recommendation on this figure, if you don't have him, I would recommend picking up. Make sure it's the re-release, because I'm not sure the if it was just the first version that I got that he falls apart, but this version, this re-release, at the very least, his power pack is nice and secure, so his cloak is nice and secure. So I'm happy for you. There was improvement on the version 1. Yeah, I think OP, I think I'm gonna keep the version 1. I'm just gonna swap heads and I'll have him in my collection, and then I'm gonna take that that head and I'm gonna stick it on one of my Grey Knights with the incinerator. Shit. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably gonna need to order another incinerator JOYTOY Grey Knight figure so I can stick it on and have a strike force or a combat patrol with the incinerator, a standard figure, and then a purifier. I can start to build up some of my purifiers. So, all right, guys, we're gonna call it there. It's hard to find the old version, anyways. Yeah, hopefully, if you do order them, you don't get stuck with the old version. I don't think they have any stock of the old version anyway, which is why they re-released this one. So, recommendation is definitely pick up this figure. It is an awesome, awesome figure overall. Even though it's one of the older figures in the line, it's still a great figure. So, all right, guys, we're gonna call it there. As usual, guys, keep a lookout. Again, I'm doing shorts every day. Tomorrow morning we have another short coming up of the Grey Knights. Everything is literally going to be about the Grey Knights for like the next week to 2 weeks. So, all right, guys. I'm Wraith. Oh wait, actually, I forgot. I always forget to do this. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, guys. All right. As usual, I will see you tomorrow, guys, on the weekend. So have a good rest of the Friday night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right, guys. I'm Wraith. I'm out. Later, guys.